We are back for another show.
Man.
We are back. We are back for another show. All right, come on. Hit me with it.
Man, I'm so glad we're back. I thought last week we were going to be canceled and ran out of town. But yes, we are back. You know, it's getting close to that time again. I have a little money in my pocket and I'm ready to buy, but there's one slight problem. There's nothing to buy. The store shelves are empty. Corey, what's going on?
Oh man, what's going on? What's going on is, man, where are all the stores empty? You go everywhere. You can't find an iPad. You can't even find turkeys. Thanksgiving ready to come up. You can't even find a turkey.
Well, you can't find a turkey. You messed up. Yeah.
But I know, right? That's what. But you know what? We're going to talk about it. But I got a video. That's going to put this thing all in perspective. All right?
Oh, man.
So let's
roll
the tape. Hey, guys,
tape.
if you guys got comments, hit us up. We'll take a comment. Let's go for it.
From Tonka trucks for Christmas, to furniture for the living room, to delays of all kinds of products from around the world. Blame it on the supply chain. So what's going on here?
We start off in here. Come on in. We're going to need a case of lemons, so let's hope that they got lemons tomorrow.
Life's not giving lemons to Tony Pertessis, who owns and runs the Southport Diner in Connecticut. And not just lemons.
You order Heinz, it's not here. I order Gatorade. It took weeks to get Gatorade. The waitress will come out and say, I don't know where the whipped butter is. I'll call my distributor and say, what happened to the whipped butter? They'll say, oh, we're out of stock till next week.
And when he can get his hands on supplies, he pays a lot more for them.
Used to buy bacon for $2.40 a pound. It spiked up to $6. But how are we supposed to sell bacon when it's costing us so much money?
You've probably noticed something weird going on with the supply chain, too. Suddenly, you just can't buy the stuff you want. Book publishers are having trouble getting paper. Car companies can't buy computer chips. Builders are having trouble getting lumber. Container ships in port are waiting for days to be unloaded. And everybody's back to hoarding toilet paper. But here's what's strange about these shortages. There's actually a glut of goods entering the country. And chances are, whatever you're waiting for is somewhere in boxes like these.
One of these containers can hold 10,000 pairs of sneakers, 200 queen-size mattresses, 70 giant flat-screen TVs. So 95% of consumer goods come into the United States in these very containers.
Beth Rooney is the Deputy Director of the Port Department of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Those big container ships, how many of these are they carrying?
Anywhere between 9,000 and 16,000 of these boxes at a time.
In this pile is how many?
A couple hundred.
She's in a perfect position to explain the first part of the supply chain crisis.
As the pandemic hit various parts of the globe, factories overseas shut down. When production began to ramp up, we then saw a significant increase in cargo volume. We are all seeing about a 30% increase in our cargo activity year over year.
Even better, or worse, the holidays are coming.
of course, we're also experiencing Christmas. So if the goods are not here in the port by mid-September, they're generally not on the shelves for Christmas.
Okay, so if there's no shortage of goods, then where's the shortage?
The underlying cause of all of this is actually a huge increase in demand.
Yossi Sheffi is the director of MIT's Center for Transportation and Logistics. And yes, that's a container in his office hallway.
People did not spend during the pandemic, and then all the government help came. Trillions of dollars went to households, so they order stuff. They order more and more stuff. And the whole global markets were not ready for this.
So wait, there's plenty of goods and plenty of people who want to buy them. So where's the problem? Here's a hint. Trucks.
I think our drivers are heroes. They didn't have a work from home option, right? And so the country needed food, the country needed cleaning supplies, the country needed medicine. They really kept this whole country moving.
Mark Rourke is the president and CEO of Schneider, the country's third largest trucking and logistics company. I order something, comes to America on a container ship. Can you outline the steps to get it to my door?
Well, the first thing we have to do is get that international box off the vessel into the port. And then we need a trucker to come into that port and bring that generally to another warehouse. And then we need another driver to come in and then move that across the country or wherever its destination is, a distribution center.
And it sounds like truckers are sort of key to all of that.
Just about everything that you touch, or everything you buy or consume has been at one point or another on a truck, for sure.
But the national labor shortage plays a role in the supply chain crisis too, especially when it comes to truck drivers. How short are we of what we would need to handle this huge swell?
Well, for every order Schneider is accepting today, we could do one more that we can't.
So you've got half the person power you really could use.
I could use right now, absolutely.
So there's our problem, an unbelievably perfect storm. A huge wave of stuff coming into the country, a huge wave of people who want to buy it, and a hopelessly overwhelmed transportation system that wasn't ready for either one.
Now, let me do the Oreo.
Back at his diner, Tony Pertessis is busy, keeping his customers happy and waiting for the supply chain nightmare to end. Is this a minor inconvenience or is it like a losing sleep situation?
Listen, I've lost sleep a lot. As long as I try my best, I go out fighting, there's nothing I can do. That's all up to God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's probably the best I've actually heard it explained.
I agree.
Everyone got, I mean, okay. Now, that's bad. You know when he said that you had to spend $6 to $7 for bacon. And he's basically selling it for 60 cents.
Right. So it's so true. I mean, I see it, and I think we all see it when you go to the stores. There's stuff at the stores, but there are some empty areas. There's some places, like I shop at Costco. Normally around this time of year, they have three aisles full of toys. This time they had one aisle full of toys. Stuff that you normally see. They have a lot of stocking stuffers, I just don't see a lot of that. And so I can see what's happening. But remember, there's a lot of different parts to this thing too. There's the shortage.
There's a shortage.
Where there's a limit of items.
Okay, all right.
And I like the point they made about the demand. People have a little bit more money because they've saved up over COVID and they're used to spending and all this type of stuff. So there's people out there want to buy. And we were always told that when you have supply and demand, the economy is booming, which the economy is booming. But the factor here, though, still is COVID. COVID still changed everything. We don't have the people working. We don't even have the people working. I just saw on the news the other day, Kmart is closing. Now, as long as I've been living, there's been a Kmart. Kmart is closing down. They can't get the workers to come and work, and they can't get the supplies. They can't get the stuff to sell.
There now. Here's the thing. Now you notice they talked about the ports. They got all of these containers in the ports. The problem is people, COVID. So you got the containers, but now you have to unload the containers.
Yes.
To unload the containers, you need workers. The workers got COVID. But then when you unload the containers, you need truck drivers. And guess what? There's not enough truck drivers. So since
my brother-in-law,
truck drivers,
my brother-in-law is a truck driver, and he's been going from job to job. I mean, he'll leave a job because he's not happy. So the same thing that happened to frontline workers during COVID, and they finally got the ability to choose, right? They got the ability to choose. And they became in charge of their own fate. And so they left those jobs. Well, you know what? Truck drivers are doing the same thing. My brother-in-law, he got tired of being gone away from his family all the time. So he decided to leave that job that was paying great money and work locally, which is paying great money. So he was telling me, he said, it doesn't make any sense. Why am I driving 2 weeks? I'm away from home 2 weeks when I could be at home every night and make the same money.
Man,
he said it's a no-brainer. And so he just recently started another job locally where he's home every night. So I think, here we go again, one of the byproducts of COVID, it gave us more choice. And that choice allowed us to just do so many things. And unfortunately, in this area right here, people like the restaurant owner.
Yes.
He's going to have to make some hard decisions, some hard choices.
I mean, we think about it, right? Okay, we've all went out to breakfast. The average breakfast costs, they said the average breakfast costs what? Okay, let's err on the high side. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's Cracker Barrel. You're going to spend $9.
Oh, yeah, easy.
But if the bacon costs
you got up on that bacon.
We ain't talking about turkey bacon. We talking about good old-fashioned bacon, right?
You better get you some bacon and some toast and keep it moving. Just keep it.
If the bacon is $6, right, now he has to portion out. I mean, you figure, how are you really making money?
Right.
I mean,
well, you know, the restaurant industry is a money making industry.
But then you got to pay the workers because remember, you can't pay them cheaply anymore.
Well, I was just getting ready to say everything seems to lead back to that minimum wage and that whole thing. Here's a situation, though. Here's a situation.
Okay.
When we're talking about workers, all right? If the workers were already getting paid a living wage and they were already making the money that they should have been making a few years ago, then during this time, they're already getting good pay. I believe that a lot of those people would have stayed because they would have been making good money. They probably by now would have had some benefits and all those other things that a living wage provides. But see, here we go. Businesses, companies were late to the party. They wanted to keep the profit to themselves, and they paid people on the cheap, and now they're gone. So this is what they said in the video. This was a perfect storm. Perfect storm.
Wow, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's rough out there.
Oh man,
it's rough. It is rough. So I went to there's a Myers right around the corner. I went to Myers. Nothing. I mean, you walk into this grocery store. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna go get some cheese. Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna pick up some ground beef. A pound of ground beef, $10. Really? $10 for a pound of ground beef. It's like, okay, well, do I go eat out? Because I'm gonna spend $10.
I went to on lunch the other day.
Okay.
I went to Burger King, and
Have it
I
your
always
way. All
get.
right.
Listen, I get the cheap. I go for the number one. I get the Whopper, the small fry, and the drink.
All right. How much?
$10.
$10.
When she told me that, I looked at her and it was like she was speaking a different language. I couldn't even comprehend what she was saying. She was speaking alien. $10. $10?
10.
And she started laughing. And I started laughing.
It's to the point I have my wife go get lunch meat. I'm like, just get some lunch meat. I'm like, it's cheaper to go buy some lunch meat, everything, and you make a sandwich and eat some chips than trying to go out. Because everything is $10.
It's just crazy. But part of this issue, though, I mean, there's enough blame to go around to everybody. Everybody can take a little piece of blame. We all can do that. But the government, they're partially to blame for this too, because I heard the other day, I was listening to NPR, and they was talking about how the president just came out and told the people that's working at the docks that they can now work around the clock. Now, hold on.
Yes.
Why weren't they working around the clock like 3 months ago? You know what I mean? I'm not talking about slave labor. I'm talking about you hire different shifts. You bring on people to work. You pay them a living wage, because everybody feeling the blow of these prices. Everyone wants to make some money. If you're paying good money, I promise you won't have any problems getting workers out there on the dock. There are people that are unemployed who want to get paid, and being able to go out there and get that time and a half or overtime or whatever, they're working around the clock. This is an opportunity for a lot of people to get paid for the holidays.
Oh yeah.
For the holidays. Well, why didn't they open that up sooner?
Man,
what was that about?
I don't know. I don't know. But I have another one for you. Okay. Let's look at it from the flip side. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
What happens when the supply chain goes back to normal? Do they lower those prices?
Oh.
No. No. They got you so they have gotten you trained. I know, again, trained. I don't want to use these words for people now. You can't even say nothing. Everybody's so sensitive. Okay. But as human beings, we have got accustomed to now a Happy Meal is $10. A number one, is $10.
Right.
That we know we're gonna pay $10.
The new normal.
And we accept it.
Grudgingly.
That's the new norm. That when everything can go back to normal, they're not gonna like, oh well, we're back to normal, we're gonna lower the prices. No. They're gonna keep the prices the way they are. Heck, they might even raise the prices.
I agree.
Because it's back to normal.
I agree. And it's situations like this that pop up every now and then.
Yeah.
It really, to me, it shines a light on a living wage. It keeps coming around to that.
There you go. You keep going.
It keeps coming around to that because the economy fluctuates. Look at gas prices. Gas prices go up and go down. They go up weekly. and people struggle to pay that gas bill, and obviously wintertime is coming, and so for heat, your heating bill is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
That's going up too.
Truck
drivers drive the trucks with the oil and all that type of stuff. The gas company has to do more, and so we know that heat goes up in the wintertime. Well, again, in what I believe to be the greatest country in the world, we're definitely one of the richest, if not the richest country in the world. But why do we continue to pay our employees slave wages? Let's just put it out there. Why are we still paying them slave wages? And these issues like this right here, provide some training. Here we go. Provide some training. We need truck drivers. Provide some training. Provide some grants. Let's get people. Let's get people going. Let's mobilize people, and stop just dealing with the business owners talking about let's get people off of unemployment because they don't want to work.
Wow. So here's the thing. People that have been raising, they've been giving the money. Eventually, they're gonna stop.
Yes.
They're gonna stop. Hey, you got your $15. Don't ask for nothing else.
Don't
you
ask
got
for
your
nothing
$15, but
Yes.
we gonna keep raising these prices so we
Yes.
can make some more money.
Yes. And it becomes an endless cycle.
Yep.
And a year from now, we're going to be right back here talking about the same issues because no lessons have been learned. There's no lessons being learned here. It's all about let's get through this situation. Let's put this fire out.
Yes.
No, we're not going to learn how to stop fires from starting. No, that's too much like right. Let's put this fire out. And when we do that, there's another fire that's getting ready to start over here. This issue with the prices. First of all, it's actually coming at the worst and the right time.
Exactly.
With the holidays coming as it relates to food, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I mean, this is when we all get together. This is when the families come from all over the country. This is when we have those big cookouts. Not to mention, this is also that period of time where people, when it's not the holidays specifically, we go to more restaurants. We're We're entertaining out. What about all the Christmas parties?
No, you know, ain't gonna be no Christmas. Come on.
What about all
Christmas party? No, we're gonna have a virtual Christmas party.
Listen. I'm telling you, there's got to be some Christmas parties. As a matter of fact, on my wife's job tomorrow, they having some type of an event. Because that's another episode.
That's a whole nother episode.
That's
let's talk
another
about these presents. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these Christmas presents. If you haven't ordered it, you ain't getting it.
Yeah.
I
wonder why people are. I want to know why people are not talking about how Amazon, and we know why, but Amazon as a Prime member promises a 2-day delivery.
Yes, 2 days.
I got some stuff today that I ordered 2 weeks ago. And I get it. I mean, we just watched the whole program.
Yeah.
We just watched the whole program out there. But my problem is, Amazon, if you can't get it, take it off the site. Don't let me spend my money and I'm waiting on it. And then you send me a text saying, it's been delayed. You'll get it in 3 weeks. Don't do that.
Hey. They're doing best effort.
My mom, if you don't have it, don't sell it.
Man,
If you
there was
can't put
stuff-
your hands on, don't sell.
Man,
Don't sell.
there's places I was looking for something. I've looked in a 50-mile radius.
Yeah.
Nowhere. I look
Yeah.
online. They talking about, oh, you can order it, but you won't get it till January 3rd.
Yeah.
I need it for Christmas.
Yeah. That's a crazy thing right there.
I need it now.
And especially person like me. Now, for years I've been that guy. And you and I have spoke about this. I'm one of those people that likes to go out Christmas Eve, get the full Christmas feeling, the experience, that whole feeling, and get my gifts. Well, obviously that went out the window.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And fortunately,
That's
I started shopping a month ago, and hopefully a lot of other people have started. Because that COVID thing brought everybody online anyway. So we're shopping more and more online anyway. So I'm sure a lot of other people had started too.
Man, you know that sale that happens after Thanksgiving? They moved that up to November 1st.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, get your shopping on now.
Right. I've seen the commercials talking about you need to shop now because it might not be here. So now they pushing fear. They're pushing fear to now they're trying to scare you into buying something that's been marked up 4 or 5 times its regular price.
Well, but you know what? Here's what I figured out. When they don't have it, they convince you to buy something else.
Yeah.
That's the new thing now.
Right,
So the new thing is that the new thing, you
I
go
know.
into the store for one thing. They don't have it, so you get talked into buying something completely different than what you originally want. They do it to you online now. They got the AI. Oh, sorry, this won't be here, but we got this in.
Right.
Why don't you get this?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you click the button. You in
All
the
the
store,
time.
the salesperson's like, oh, yeah, we won't get that for 3 weeks, but we got this right here. Now, it looks the same. It's not, but it looks the same. Why don't you just pick this up?
I know. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I've done that.
See?
I've done
Already
that
happened.
as well. Because you're afraid of not having anything. So of course.
Thank you. You like, heck, I'm already here. Let me just go ahead and get it.
Let me go ahead and get it. And this is and again, all these things are just connected in. I mean, it's I don't know. But it's funny how with all these different crises, whether it's minimum wage, jobs, it's food, it's just supplies, it's all these different things. What about that stock market though? The stock market is breaking records.
Why did you get now?
How is it that we have so many trials and tribulations, and the rich just keep getting richer? It just
isn't that crazy? Here's the thing: they don't have a product to sell you.
None.
But the stock price is still going up because they're selling you something else that costs more.
It's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
It is incredible. It is incredible. It's a funny thing, but this thing, I have a feeling this thing is gonna just get worse because my understanding is they still don't have the people in place for the 24/7 unloading of the ships. There is a truck driver shortage, so they don't have enough drivers to bring this stuff out. And remember, in the show, they said they needed it on the shelves by September. This is November. So even if they unload it now, you're not going to have it before Christmas.
You're not going to get it. No, you're going to get it in July.
So,
and then I think I was sharing to you that the crazy part is, like for some companies, they have the products being made around the world, being sent to one place to get put together, to then get shipped to get to you. Now, first of all, that don't make any sense at all. But the supply chain also, so we saw all those containers. What happened to what happened to building stuff here?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
So all those containers are people sending stuff to us for us to sell here. But what about us building stuff here to sell to everyone here in the United States?
Well, we know greed is real because the business owners, the American business owners, decided to take their products overseas and pay slave wages. I mean, when we're talking about America, there's so many people talking about America and how great America is and make America great again. Well, one of the things that made America great was that we built stuff. Right here. We built stuff. We created stuff out of nothing. We had a lot of ingenuity and all those things, and we did it here. But there was a decision made that yes, we can do all these things here, but they don't want to pay for it. Yes, we have the manpower and the woman power to do it, but they don't want to pay for it.
You hit it right on the head.
It's just like I was saying. There's a lot of blame to go around. It's just not. We don't have enough truck drivers. This thing was in the making for a long time.
Well, you remember? I know you remember. You remember Motorola?
Of course.
Yeah, I knew tons of people who worked at Motorola in the plant.
Mm-hmm.
They were out there doing their thing, the flip phone.
I had one.
But that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Then they said, "Oh no, we're gonna cut that, outsource that out."
Right.
Boom. All the plants shut down.
All about the bottom line. All about the profit.
All about the profit. As a matter of fact, we're barely getting people, the car makers to build here.
Right.
Right. So I'm just like, I can't even think of a product that made here. Well, there is one, but I don't even go with Mr. Pillow. That's a whole.
That's a whole. What's really crazy about it? If you take cars, that were American cars.
Yes.
So what they will do, they would take a plant with all the machinery. They will break all of that down and send that whole plant overseas. And then they will hire non-Americans to build those cars with the equipment that was shipped overseas.
Yes.
There has to be something. If you're given all of these subsidies and these tax breaks, those things should be for people who employ people who live in this country. If you get plants overseas, then you shouldn't get all those breaks. You shouldn't get all of that. And it's so you're really shooting yourself in the foot, because if you had workers here and you paid them a living wage,
mm-hmm.
and you gave them what the health care and the things that they need, the money you paid them, they would use that money and spend it on your products. you
It's
you
the
would
co-
get all of that back and some, not to mention
It's
the
the cost
goodwill
factor.
and the word
It's
of
the
mouth.
co-
You would get all of that back.
See now, we did that. So you remember? So we were doing that. Then we went to IT again. So we're talking about labor. We're talking about having not enough people. So we then went to this model. Hey, let's outsource programmers and all these other things.
Right.
Well, now we got a shortage in that because most of the programmers came from other countries.
Well,
Because we don't have enough people going to school for math, science, engineering, technology. So here we go.
but we could have had that. But the schools are charging $80 and $90 and $100,000 a year, where in other countries, people go to college for free. So if you take a place like India, I think the whole country of India they're all engineers. The whole even babies, newborn babies are engineers. I mean, and so they spit them out literally left and right because the whole educational process is subsidized by the government. So, well, yes.
So
What
I'm just
sense
telling
does
you,
it make to go and be an engineer here, where you're spending $80,000-$90,000 a year? You get out. Now you're $500,000 in debt. $500,000 in debt that you're going to take the next 10 years to try to pay that money back. Come on. It's just not realistic. It's not realistic, and it's almost as if we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
the shortage will continue.
There's no
They
question.
will run out. Matter of fact, they will keep running out. We're going to keep going to the store. Next thing you know, we ain't going to have enough gas.
Not enough gas and,
I'm just,
and not enough money to buy gas because that guy, the restaurant guy, he looks like he was having it rough. And
he was.
maybe it was that time of day, but his wait staff was short, and so
I mean, okay. If you think about it, just for him to pull off breakfast, right? Just the supplies. Again, that's one package. So remember, just one package. So let's say he started the day off with 10 packages of bacon.
Yeah,
that's $600.
Yep.
You haven't bought an egg.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say a carton of eggs, $5. Let's say you buy 10 gardens. That's another $500. So now you add $1,100. You haven't even served a meal yet. you know what I mean?
No question. And the
so
fact that his restaurant was big. So what about the heat? What about the lights?
There's a heat, light. So he just for breakfast. That's not lunch. He ain't prepped lunch, anything. So just say breakfast, lunch, dinner. Let's say he's spending $7,000 to $8,000,
right,
for the day.
Right.
Now that might get him 2 days, but he gonna spend that. You got your heat. You got your lights. Everybody want to get free internet, so you got to pay for the Wi-Fi. So because if you ain't got Wi-Fi, I ain't staying here. I ain't gonna eat. You ain't got no Wi-Fi. I can't.
Right. Oh, I know. So, it's these are difficult times, and I don't really think people are so tied up just getting through the day, right? Yes. They're so focused on just getting through the day, paying their bills, taking care of their kids, trying to stay healthy, that these things that's popping up like this, these signs of a disaster that's in the making, a lot of people are not seeing that. until you go and fill up your tank, and it's
So you
$70.
go into so like I said, I didn't know it was that bad. So my wife said, "Hey, I went to the store looking. I don't even know it was something basic. Oh, some Eggo waffles.
Yeah.
I love me some Eggo waffles." She said, "I've been to 3 stores. No one ain't got. I can't find an Eggo waffle to save my life."
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, it's just a waffle. you know what I mean?
They on one of them ships out in the ocean.
That-
That's where they at.
Isn't that
They're on the
crazy?
ship.
So then I went to the
It is.
store. So I went to the store. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this thing. I'm like, oh, Jackson, Jackson needs some
I
cereal.
just think,
there was no
I-
cereal in the cereal aisle.
well, I experienced that as well with the kids. There was no cereal. We can. This is a new normal. I really think that this is really something that's going periodically. We're going to continue to go through these spells because I think that the underlying factor, which is I'm going to keep going there.
All right,
It's the living wage of people being able to
boy.
sustain a standard of living. And because they're shifting jobs, they're looking for better opportunities to try to take care of themselves and their family. And because of COVID, this shift, this titanic type of shift that's going on is just making everything crumble in so many different areas. This shortage, I'm sure in the next 3-4 months that we're gonna have all these different things. But like you're saying, the prices are not gonna go down because the store, they have to recoup this loss. A good example is, think about all the things that's on those ships that were allocated for Black Friday. That's not going to be here. So
it's not going to be here.
So they bought all this stuff with the mindset that on Black Friday we're going to sell so many $1 million of stuff. And if you can't get that stuff by Christmas, you're in for a long road, because now you got to be able to warehouse this stuff. Now that's a whole nother issue.
That's a whole nother issue.
You have to warehouse this stuff, and it's going to sit there.
You got to warehouse it.
You
got to put it
you
on
already
sale.
ordered it. You already
got to put
paid
it
for
on
it.
sale, and then like I said, to me, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday,
Right.
I mean, to me, if you haven't got it, you ain't getting it.
You ain't getting it.
If you because before that was the big deal. Oh, I'm gonna go, man. I went to Best Buy. It was like, we run out of TVs. Now Best Buy never run out of TVs.
Never. Listen, you run out of TV, this might be the end of the earth.
Exactly.
This is the end here.
Exactly. It was looking bigger. I'm like, what you got? Well, we ain't got this. We ain't got that. We ain't got this. I'm like, well, what you got?
Listen. I tell you, it's tragic. It's tragic, and it just keep getting worse, and the prices keep going up. So I this is a good one here. I don't know. I tell you what. You know what? We need to put this in that old school thing, and we need to go back to Jesus is the reason for the season.
For the season.
That's it. Let's stop buying gifts, and let's get together with family and friends, and just focus on how thankful we are that we still here. Let's do that.
You remember growing? Okay, now we got to wrap it up, but we're gonna go here. Now I know you remember. You got an apple, some underwear, and maybe a toy.
That's it. And
was
a
Christmas.
dinner.
And a
you-
dinner.
You got that.
That was
dinner.
Christmas.
Yeah.
That's what you got. I remember growing up that you were so happy to eat the apple. You knew you was gonna get some underwear because they did want you to have some clean underwear on. and you may got one outfit, and you may have gotten a truck, a Tonka toy, or
Oh,
you know,
man.
remember the
Tonka?
Etch-a-Sketch?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Etch-a-Sketch. You remember the Etch-a-Sketch? You had the
It's a
Etch-a-Sketch.
sketch. But that Tonka is where it's at. I got to
That
find it
Tonka-
with the removable ladders. You can take
But
the
that was
ladders
it.
off.
That was it. There wasn't
That
20,000
was
presents under the tree. You had
Yeah.
2 hot presents.
Yeah.
2, that was it.
Yeah.
Now, folks going in debt. Just
They're going in debt.
Christmas.
And like you said, they're gonna end up buying some that
They
they
gon-
don't even want because it's what they got.
Is what they got.
You don't want
It's
to
what
come
they
in
got.
handed, so you're gonna get something.
It's what they got.
But it's what they got. So
It's what they got. It's what they got.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's got to be rough.
Wow.
It's got to be rough for a while.
Well, hey, I want everyone to thank you guys. We had fun. We talked
All the
about
time.
some stuff.
All the time.
Hey guys, now we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Come check out the shows. Come check out the other shows. And again, hey, come out, subscribe, and come to what? Now
Now what's happening?
happening.